Now, Angela Merkel says that Germany is opposed to the idea of corona bonds, which would pool the debt of the 19 Eurozone countries in response to this outbreak. The Chancellor was speaking as EU leaders met via video link on Thursday, a meeting which saw hard-hit Spain and Italy urge their northern partners to do more. The bloc has now given Eurozone finance ministers a 2-week window to agree on a strong economic response to Covid-19. Well, for more on the bloc's attempts to tackle this pandemic, we can speak now to France 24's European Affairs editor, Catherine Nicholson. Now, Catherine, this is a virus which has opened some rather old European wounds, with the South once again asking the North to help.
Absolutely. We've seen north-south divides before, haven't we? Notably during the financial crises that have hit the Eurozone over the last decade or so. It got very ugly back then, and we are seeing a lot of the same elements emerging here. As you said, the big divide is about how far financial solidarity should go in fighting coronavirus and its economic impacts. We saw 9 EU member states leaders, including the President of France, the Prime Ministers of Italy and Spain, making a big push at Thursday's European summit for what are known as Euro bonds, or some are calling Corona bonds, this idea of joint borrowing of debt on the international markets to allow member states to finance their efforts at combating the virus, but with the full weight of all of Europe behind that debt, so that the cost would be lower for more fragile states, for example, such as Italy. We're told in the official language at the end of the summit that there was strong political debate. You can read into that in ordinary language that there were some really big disagreements, and the summit did drag on for a lot longer than had been predicted. So we know for sure that Germany, also the Netherlands, are particularly opposed to this, wealthier northern member states. Meanwhile, Italy, Spain, Portugal on the other side of this debate. So Corona bonds or Euro bonds not happening right now, but don't expect this argument to go away.
And secondly, Catherine, did anything at all positive come out of this video conference call?
I do have some reasons, if not to be cheerful at this point, then perhaps hopeful at least. We know that there's a new push, a new commitment from Europe's member states to keep the internal borders around the continent open. This has been an issue as the freedom of movement of people was restricted. We also saw goods in trucks backing up at certain borders, but there was a renewed commitment at Thursday's summit to open up those flows for goods. On joint procurement of medical equipment as well, we were told that the EU's joint procurement scheme has been launched. It is up and running. On that point, though, there's anger for many people here in the United Kingdom who learned on Thursday that their own government has missed out on joining in with that joint procurement scheme. It could still have taken part while transitioning out of the EU. The British government saying that it actually didn't receive communication from the European Commission in time on this issue. So still some questions to be asked there, I believe, because the UK government is looking for at least 8,000 more ventilators. But yes, you were looking for reasons to be cheerful. We also have a renewed call from the European Union, a new commitment, in fact, for support for research. Scientists, not just here in Europe, but in other countries around the world as well, will be getting support from the EU in their efforts to find a vaccine and also a treatment for this deadly virus, with fatalities well over 12,000 now here in Europe.
Our Europe editor, Catherine Nicholson, reporting there from Bristol. Thank you very much.